this was more of a means for an end than anything else because I wanted to start a social enterprise project to try and help the homeless or food insecure in London, but I ran out of money. I wanted to be able to supply soup kitchens and other areas with, food waste and similar food to be able to get that in the hands of people who are much more in need of it. Hi everyone, I'm Jamie. Some people know of me as Jamie IF on Twitter, and I run increasing.com, which is our location for where we post about affiliate marketing, SEO, and niche sites. But our main actual day-to-day stuff is running our own portfolio of niche sites in various different areas. And we've sort of grown to a decent enough size and, acquired some, built some from scratch and built the techniques from there, grown our team. And now the day-to-day, we're really in the trenches with SEO, content marketing, trying to hit featured snippets and trying to have as big a footprint on the internet as possible. As for an interesting fact, not many people know. I'm not sure if it's not that not many people know because it's on my Twitter and I talk about them nonstop. I'm a huge Arsenal Football Club fan. I'm from North London, and when you grow up, you see the big red cannon, and you think that's pretty impactful. And so I'm a huge fan. I'm always watching the midweek and weekend games. Unfortunately, because there's a 30-year waiting list for a season ticket, I don't often get to go to the Emirates Stadium. But hopefully, by about the time I retire, I'll be able to go. Another fact, I guess, is that I'm 25. I graduated from university only 3 years ago and got straight in this game. But this was more of a means for an end than anything else because I wanted to start a social enterprise project to try and help the homeless or food insecure in London, but I ran out of money. I wanted to be able to supply soup kitchens and other areas with, food waste and similar food to be able to get that in the hands of people who are much more in need of it. But it cost too much, and so I turned to another option to try and raise the funds. And so I vowed to myself that when I make £2 million from these niche sites, finally in cash, I'll leave SEO for good and I'll go to be more of a social enterprise CEO. But now I realize more that you can do multiple things. And if you're a good enough outsourcer and manager, you can actually run two projects simultaneously, which is what I feel now. But I guess less people know that this was more of a means to an end rather than a lifelong passion, I guess. Okay, so I've split this one up into several sections. We've gone for the SEO side, the management side, the services side, and the sites, WordPress side. So for SEO, the main thing we use is Ahrefs because it's just a great all-in-one standard toolbox. It's not the best in class in any particular area, but it's good enough that you can have a pretty wide impact in keyword research, backlink profiles, and searching up, rank tracking. Though there are better rank trackers out there, there are better link tracking, backlink building sites, but it's a very good all-in-one option that I recommend as everyone's go-to if you've got either $120 or $179, I believe that the next level up is per month. We also use other tools such as Surfer SEO to optimize content if we're outsourcing, though we don't use it for some circumstances. And we'll also get people to do first drafts outside of Surfer and then use Surfer to optimize rather than biasing people's opinions by making them write in accordance to the guidelines or let them apply them later. We also use other tools like SEO Minion, which is a Google Chrome extension for scraping people also asks. And then other tools like Answer the Public for finding longer tail segments that we can add to be sort of more semantically relevant. On the management side, we use Slack for our team. We use Google Sheets just to manage everything. We use Loom, but we also use Loom in accordance with a lesser known tool called Scribe. Scribe is a sort of step-by-step creating thing that if you just click stuff, it will then screenshot the actual action and be able to create you an instant step-by-step how-to process. But we use Scribe pages as landing pages where we add Loom videos, like 4 or 5, and then those will be the onboarding videos for writers, for VAs and stuff that have all of those like sequential Loom videos on a Scribe landing page that then form like a 20-30 minute induction that's great for management and onboarding. For services, Canva is great for image editing. The background removal function on its own instantly pays itself off. And for our sites, generate press for any WordPress theme, and generate blocks for building anything custom on your site are the fastest and best way to design things that will age well as the sites become more and more versatile, rather than being cooped up with a Beaver builder or an Elementor that is clunky and won't age well over time. And I recommend everyone seeks to switch over to a more custom, especially with generate blocks, that I recommend very highly. There are other tools as well, like Rank Math, that we use for canonical links if you have category URLs and you don't want to have duplicate content issues, as well as a number of other useful aspects of Rank Math with schema. And we also use Spectra blocks for the accordion, which you can add FAQ schema to, which is, in my opinion, the best looking FAQ schema block. So as for talent, the vast majority of our team are freelance writers or contracted writers. And so we've found success in a variety of platforms. There are main options that people know about, such as the pro blogger job forums, where you can find people who are used to writing per word. We've also had success where, though some people say that it's not the ideal place, on Indeed. You can place an Indeed ad and be fairly in depth and find people from there. But recently, actually, we've had the most success on Reddit. There's a subreddit called Hire a Writer. And you need to be in depth. You need to say the exact things you're looking for, the exact people you're not looking for, that filters out people who aren't going to be reliable long or medium term writers for you. And what I would do is put a keyword in somewhere randomly in the job description and require that with a Google form application that they have to find, because if they don't have the attention to detail to be able to identify that area, then they may not be a good long-term hire. We've also had success with virtual assistants, depending on the job. If you're hiring a writer, then I probably wouldn't go to this location, but for areas such as formatting and publishing WordPress posts, editing images and stuff like that doesn't require perfect natural native English. We've had great success going on onlinejobs.ph, which is how you find Filipino virtual assistants, that you can pay 2 or 3 times the GDP per capita in there, and make sure that they can really help feed the people around them and help support their families and things like that. But will it still be fair, 30 to 50% cheaper than hiring someone in the UK or the US to do the same job? And because it's a fairly replicable job, for example, formatting a WordPress post, it doesn't require native level English. And so we've had great success hiring virtual assistants that have absolutely transformed our job, and they've done great jobs, and we have really great relationships with our team there. And so I think a lot of people don't outsource enough and focus on the highest ROI elements. And so I recommend that people seek to make a list of the highest ROI things that they need to do and the most replicable parts of the job, and seek to outsource those. So you can find all of our content that we publish about SEO, niche sites, display advertisement optimization, and general writing and storytelling within posts on increasing.com. That's where we publish everything. You can find me on Twitter, Jamie_IF. That's Jamie, Jamie. We just hit 4,000 followers. We've only been on Twitter for a few months. I'm super happy with that. Hopefully we hit 5,000 soon. We've also got email lists we try and publish before we, sometimes if I'm testing a new principle, or if I want to know how well something's going to go down, I'll publish to the email list first to seek feedback before it goes out as a final published blog post. So if you're interested in getting the latest musings on affiliate marketing mostly, but also wider in SEO, then you can subscribe to the email list. I also have a YouTube channel. At the moment, I haven't been doing a huge amount of video. It's mostly just been covering income reports from our revenues from our sites, as well as the costs and things like that. And anything else I might pick, to talk about, for example, aged domains. But we're seeking to expand that video stuff at the moment, but mostly it's increasing.com as well as my Twitter.